Hello everyone, this is Haeems, the CEO of Alphachain Capital. Welcome to the Global Traders Network. This is a walkthrough to show you how to use a City Index trading platform and how to place your first trade. So we are currently in our default workspace, which is this tab up here. This is our main dashboard where we'll see down in this bottom corner any trades that we're currently working, any trades that are waiting to be executed. They'll all appear down here. So let's first select our market that we might want to trade. So if you look to the left of default workspace, we can see browse markets. When we click here on the left, we can see a list of all the different asset classes that we can trade on City Index. Let's choose an FX market. So we'll select FX and then pulls up a list of all the FX markets we can trade on City Index. Obviously a huge number of markets there we can trade. But I like to trade the FX majors. So to the right, we'll see the FX major list. Well, the FX major list is the most popular FX currency pairs across the world, the most traded assets. So these are the asset classes and the currency pairs which our funded traders trade most frequently. So let's start with the euro dollar market. So we click on the market we want to look at. Once we click on it, it pulls up the chart on the right. You'll also see up here is a buy and sell button. So let's assume that we are approaching resistance, assume this is a short-term resistance mark, and we might want to sell. We think the price is going to fall, so we want to short it, which means we want to sell into this market. We click on the sell button here and it pulls up this pop-up. Sell is highlighted, that's right, we want to sell. The quantity is minimum is 1,000. Once you click on it, it already populates, or you can manually put in 1,000. Now we also have a stop and limit here, so you might want to trade with a stop. We always recommend putting stops on. So let's assume we want to trade with a stop. Now a stop is a price at which we will sell our position. It's the most amount we're willing to risk on this trade. So if the trade goes against us, at what point do we want to get out of the position to minimize any further losses? That's what the price will be. So we can dictate our stop in P&L terms. Perhaps when I'm willing to risk $5 on this trade. That will set my stop $5 loss from my entry position. So yeah, I think I'm happy to set it on around there. Now when we input all the parameters, you'll see that this will use $36 of our margin requirements. So we have £178 of equity. This will use $36 in margin. And the percentage of available funds that are used are 16%. It's always good to know how much of your margin you're using on any trade. So let's assume we want to put this trade on. We're fairly happy with this now, happy with that sell. I like the positioning here. Place trade. Excellent. So trade now executed. Tells you the price you've sold at, and the amount you've sold. It also shows that your stop order has been added to the screen, at what price the stop would be executed, and the P&L of that stop if that gets hit. Click OK, and we can now see our position on this chart. So the red, we can see the position we entered, the short. So obviously we want price to move down from here to make a profit, but we can also see our stop loss above it. So although we want prices to go down, if prices actually go against us, starts to move higher, if it hits our stop, it will take us out of the market and we'll bank that small loss, but it will minimize any further losses that we might have incurred if we didn't have a stop on. So that's it. We have placed our first trade. Now let's go back to our default workspace. And here we can see the trade that we put on. Okay, so there's the market we traded. It's a sell, the number of contracts we've sold, the unrealized P&L. So currently, what is the P&L of this order? The P&L in points, the opening price that we entered, and the current trading price. Okay, so this is a good place to always come back to see any trade you have opened, how they're performing, and what's happening. Now, to close a trade, it's fairly simple. An easy way to do it is to click close. You just automatically market close your orders. Or you might want to set a limit order. So set a price that you'd be happy to sell at. So if we click on this, click on protect position, we have a limit. So we've already selected our stop. If we click on limit, let's say when my P&L hits $10, I want to sell. Okay, so I've dictated it again in P&L terms. So my stop loss is at $5 loss. and my gain, when I've got a $10 gain, I want to take me out of this market. Now, of course, I'm keeping things fairly simple. Should give you all the tools needed to place your first trades. Let's update the position. Your order has been updated. Okay. So now we can see our take profit level down here. So now what we're saying is we entered here. If the prices go against us, we'll bank a small loss. Our stop loss will be hit. It will minimize any further losses should prices go even higher. But if prices goes in our favor down to this level, if prices hit here, it will close our position and take that profit, the difference between this level. And that's pretty much how you place your first trade. If you go back to default workspace, that'll be updated. And let's assume we want to close our trade now. We can get close. Now, closing the trade means we want to buy it back because we sold before. Position is sell 1,000 at that price. So we need to buy back that 1,000 to close our position. So automatically populates buy. That's right. We want the opposite side of the trade. Close, correct. We want 1,000 of our 1,000. We want to close the whole position. You might want to close half of it. We want to close the whole thing. And click close position. That trade has now been executed. Closed by 1,000, that's the price we closed. It shows a P&L, so we lost 16 pence on that trade. Click OK, and now the trade is no longer there. You can see that our trade has been executed. We now have no open trades anymore, so it's no longer shown. That's it, really. It's fairly easy to get used to. I recommend having a play with your markets. Some of the markets you'll need a higher margin than your capital you have in the account if you've only deposited the minimum, which is 175. If you deposited more, then you can trade more assets, but I'd recommend getting started with the FX markets. And yes, get trading, get used to it, even if there's a small amount of trades. Get used to the process of setting your stops and your take profits. And I do recommend you guys join in the competitions. We run one every month. There's great prizes up for grabs, and I'll see you in the group. Thanks and good luck.